Alrighty, so good evening, everybody, and welcome to our community yoga class. So we do this every Wednesdays here at the Blue House, and then we post it in our YouTube channel so that our friends in other places can get to experience our community class as well. So I like putting themes into my classes. And when I was thinking of a theme for our community class, it naturally made sense for me to do a session that resonates with the way that I feel. And for the past couple of weeks, my back has been so sore. Like I cannot explain anymore how bad my back feels. So the sequence that we'll be working with for today will bring particular focus to taking care of our back body. So I feel like everyone can relate to this. So if you've been working for long periods of time, if you do a lot of errands on a normal basis, we carry heavy loads, it will take a toll on your back body. So whether it's at the upper back or at the lower back, there's a portion of your spine that feels a little bit heavier than normal. So hopefully with our sequence for today, it will help you lessen that load. And aside from that, when we create space in our back body, it also helps us breathe a little bit better. So notice that when you are hunched, you feel a little bit low on energy. It's harder for you to breathe. You feel a little bit defeated. But when you create length, when you create space, the breath, the energy can flow better into your bodies. Okay? So if you guys are ready, let's start in your easy seated pose, which is the pose that we are in already. But go ahead and maybe make some adjustments that will help you root down a little bit more. Rest your hands on top of your knees, making sure that your shoulders are effortlessly rolling down your back. And then just try the best that you can to sit up nice and tall so that you can begin to let that energy flow freely throughout your whole body. If you haven't done so yet, please close your eyes and allow yourselves to arrive in today's session with as much mindfulness and awareness as you can. Allow yourselves to lengthen and deepen your breaths. Filling up the lungs completely with fresh supply of oxygen and purging out the stale air away from your system. You do this a couple more times on your own, finding those cleansing breaths, those meaningful breaths. It's a very simple activity that you can incorporate in your daily living. But it can be very beneficial for your physical body and your mental and emotional well-being. Allow that breath to flow in and flow out of your body. Now, keeping your eyes closed, you're just gonna put one hand in front of your chest and the other hand on top of your belly. And let's take a couple of long, deep breaths in here. Breathing in Breathing out. Inhale. Exhale. Breathing in. And breathing out. Now begin to blink your eyes open. Release your hands down onto the floor behind you. And we're going to take some windshield wipers with your legs. So we sat there for quite some time. Just go ahead and land your feet forwards and let the knees drop down side to side. And maybe this movement is your first one that helps you release some of the tension on your back body. Just allowing yourself to move side to side. Just allowing yourselves to loosen up in this pause. And then when you're ready, just go ahead and cross your legs in front of each other once again. Sitting up nice and tall with your arms at a low V by your sides. And let's take some opening breaths here. On an in-breath, you're going to circle your arms all the way up to the sky, feeling that nice long line on your sides and your spine. And then exhale, lower your arms down by your sides. We go again. Inhale, reach up. Feel the spaces that you are creating as you lengthen to the sky. And then exhale, lower your arms down by your sides. One last, please. Inhale your arms up to the sky. And then exhale, lower your arms down by your sides. Now you're going to reach up on an in-breath. But this time, as you exhale, let your right arm dangle down by your side. And your left hand catches the side of your head. And you tip over to the left, feeling that stretch on the side of your neck. And allow your right shoulder to feel heavy so that you can create just a little bit more space on the side of your neck. On an in-breath, go ahead and reach your arms all the way up to the sky once again. Exhale, let's do the other side. So left hand dangles down, right hand catches the side of your head, and you tip over, feeling that nice stretch on the side of your neck. And already here, this is very beneficial for your spine's health, releasing tension from the neck, part of our body where we hold up a lot of our stress in. Take one more breath here, please. Inhale and exhale. Now on an in-breath, come back up to the center. Reach your arms all the way up to the sky. And then exhale, lower your arms down by your sides. Please transition to a tabletop pose. Come up onto your hands and your knees. And once you are there, just give your hips a couple of sways. Give your shoulders a couple of movements. Feel free to close your eyes and just allow yourselves to naturally sway, instinctively feel where you'd like to take your body in this movement. Now let's stabilize at the center. Line up your hands under your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. And let's take a couple of rounds of your cat and cow. So on an in-breath, let your belly drop down, tilt your chin, tailbone to the sky. Exhale, push away from the floor, round your back, and look down to your legs. We go again, please. Inhale, arch the spine, look up to the sky. Exhale, push away from the floor, hollow out your belly. 3 more. Inhale, arch the spine and really feel that movement of your back body. Exhale, push away from the floor. Feel yourselves broadening their upper back. Inhale, arch the spine. Let your chest shine forwards. Gaze up to the sky. Exhale, push away from the floor. Round your back. Look down to your legs. One last, please. Inhale, open out to your heart as you look up to the ceiling. And then exhale, push away from the floor, round your back. Now prepare for your child's pose. Open out your knees as wide as your mat. Let your big toes touch. Sit on your heels and begin to walk your hands forwards, melting your chest, forehead down to the floor. As you relax into your child's pose, I want you to notice how your back body feels. Maybe pinpoint just a little bit more where you hold up your tension. Checking in on your low back, middle back, upper back. Now as you relax into this pose, see if you can send out your breath to wherever you're feeling tense, so that you can let yourself surrender just a little bit more into this pose. Allow that breath to run up and down your spine. From your tail, let it move towards the back of your neck, and then downwards once again. Feeling spaces being created, feeling length with each vertebra in this pose. Now get ready for a side bend. Slightly lift your forehead off the floor and begin to crawl your hands over to your right. Reach as far as you can with both hands. And then allow yourselves to melt down once again towards the floor. Notice that line that you are creating on your left side body, from your left hip all the way to your fingers. If you would like to amplify just a little bit more, maybe let your left hand stack on top of the right and see how that feels. Inhale. And exhale. Now slowly walk your hands over to the other side, reaching both arms to the left. And again, you can reach as far as you can and then begin to drape your torso down towards your legs. If it feels good, maybe let that right hand stack on top of the left and see how that feels. Lengthening just a little bit more from your hips all the way to your fingertips. Inhale. Exhale slowly. Come back to the center. And take your last few breaths in your child's pose, noticing if there's a difference in the way that your back body feels after coming into those side bends. One more breath, please. Inhale. And exhale. On an in-breath, begin to roll yourselves forwards into tabletop position. Come up onto your hands and your knees. Now from here, we're going to set up for your thread the needle. You're going to open your right arm out to the side and then up to the sky. Take a big breath in here, feeling that nice opening through your front body. Exhale, thread that arm under the left, bringing your right shoulder and the side of your head all the way down to the floor. Now you can choose to keep your left hand beside your face, or let that left hand crawl towards the front end of your mat, or let it wrap around your lower back like you want to reach for your opposite thigh. Now wherever your body brought you, can you relax into this pose? Long deep breaths in and long deep breaths out. Now land that left hand beside your face. And then on an in-breath, can you open your right arm out to the side and up to the sky once again? Open out your front body. Exhale, release that hand down to the ground. Now let's do the other side. So this time your left arm opens out and then up. Take a big breath in at the top. Exhale, thread under the right, bringing your left shoulder and the side of your head all the way down to the ground. Once you touch down, you can choose to have your right hand beside your face, reaching forwards, or wrapped around your back, whatever feels better for your arms today. And then once you've found your shape, relax and breathe. Inhale and exhale. Right hand beside your face. On your next in-breath, open your left arm out and then up to the sky. Take a big breath in here, please. Exhale, lower that hand down to the floor and release back down to tabletop. Now cross at your shins and we're making our way to an easy seated position once again, crossing your legs in front of each other. Get comfortable with your seat and you're going to place your hands on top of your knees. Now let your torso lean forwards and then shift over to the right. Go backwards and then lean over to the left and then forwards once again. Now please do this a couple more times on your own. So you're just making those circular movements with your body. But maybe as you do so, you notice again problematic parts. And without any judgment, without any criticism, just let yourselves become aware of where you're feeling it the most. And you send out your breath to that body part. Now finish off your last rotation and we're going to go the other way. So this time you're going left to the back, to the right, and then forwards. And then for the next couple ones, you make it more organic, you make it more you. Just let yourselves roll to that degree that feels good for your spine. You let yourselves rotate to the direction that feels good for your back. And you finish off one more rotation, finding long, deep breaths in and long, deep breaths out. Sit up nice and tall and notice the difference. Notice the changes. On your next in-breath, sweep your arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, turn to your right and land your left hand onto your knee. Right hand down onto the floor behind you and you look over your right shoulder. You use the position of your hands to pull yourselves into a deeper twist that will wring out any tension, any pain that you might be feeling in your back body. And again, just notice if you're slouching or if you're compressing in this pose. Think of more length, think of more space. Grow just a little bit taller with the crown of your head and go deeper just a little bit more with your spine. On your next in-breath, turn to face forwards and reach your arms up to the sky. Let's do the other side. Exhale, rotate to the left, landing your right hand onto your knee. Left hand down onto the floor behind you and look over your left shoulder. And again, just notice if you're leaning back or slouching in the pose. Maybe make some adjustments with your hand and your spine so that you can lengthen with your back body. And by doing so, not only do you get to breathe better, you're also able to get deeper into that twist. On your next in-breath, turn to face forwards, reach your arms up to the sky, And then exhale, you're gonna come into a forward fold. So land your hands down in front of you. Crawl them as far forward as you can and just let yourselves melt down, down, down through the floor. Noticing how this feels for your back, from your hips all the way to your lower back, middle back, upper back. And see if you can relax as well with your shoulders and your neck. Inhale and exhale. Now crawl your hands backwards and roll your torso all the way upright. Inhale your arms up to the sky. Exhale, place your hands down onto the floor behind you. And you're just gonna switch legs. So whichever legs was at the front, you're gonna bring it to the back. Whichever was at the back, you're gonna bring it to the front. We're gonna take another round of your twists, but this time on an in-breath, you reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, right hand onto your knee. And then left arm sweeps behind your back like you wanna reach for your opposite thigh. And with that arm wrapped behind you, see if you can let your chest face more out and then back. Breathe. Again, sitting up nice and tall, deepening that twist with each breath that you take. Inhale and exhale. On an in-breath, reach your arms all the way up to the sky. And then exhale, whichever side you haven't done, go ahead and twist towards the direction that you haven't done. And again, maybe wrap the back arms a little bit tighter around your spine, like you want to reach for your back thigh. And then look over your back shoulder. And just make sure that you're lengthening with your spine, deepening that rotation with each breath that you take, maximizing the amount of space that you can create with your back. On an in-breath, turn to face forwards, reaching your arms all the way up to the sky. And then exhale, take another forward fold, so you lower your hands down to the ground and let yourselves melt down to the floor. Notice the difference, notice the changes. Maybe you've created space that you're able to go deeper into this fold, even if deeper means just 1 more inch of a bow for the body. Slowly, walk your hands back, rolling the torso all the way upright. Inhale your arms up to the sky. And then exhale, lower your arms down by your sides. I'm going to invite you to stagger yourselves. Some of you move forward, some of you move back. So that we can come into a wide-legged position with our feet. So you're going to open your legs as wide as your hips will allow. And once you have your legs nice and wide, just go ahead and pedal out your knees, sway your feet side to side, maybe even peel the bum so that you can root down just a little bit more with your sit bones. And then when you're ready, just take a moment to sit up nice and tall as much as your spine will allow. And you're going to reach your arms up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, take a side stretch to the right. Left arm reaches up and over, side bending, lengthening from hips all the way to the fingers. On an in-breath, lift back up to the center. And then exhale, just leaning to the left to a degree that feels good for your spine, feeling that stretch from hips all the way to your fingers. We go again. Inhale, let it be a little bit more fluid. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, come back up to the center. Exhale, side bend to the left. One more round on each side. Inhale to the center. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale to the center. And exhale, side bend to the left. On an in-breath, come back up to the center. But this time, you're going to lower your hands down in front of you. And you do this in progressions. No pressure. Puff up to your chest, inhale. And then exhale 1 inch forwards. Not too scared. We go again. Inhale, puff up to your chest. And then exhale, take a forward fold, bow down 1 more inch. And then from here, make an assessment. If you're mad at already in the pose, you can pull back and roll your torso a little bit more upright. This will be fine. But if your body is telling you just a little bit more, then by all means, go ahead and come into a deeper forward fold. So remember, our theme for today is taking care of our back body. So maybe close your eyes once you've found a pose that you personally enjoy, and just allow yourselves to reap the benefits of that fold that you are making, whether you are staying up high or going down low. Listen to what your body needs and allow yourselves to surrender just a little bit more into the pose. Let the breath calm you down. Let the breath help you create space. Now slowly roll your torso all the way upright, guiding yourselves up to a seated position. Alrighty, so we're gonna remove the hamstrings from the equation, and you're gonna bend your knees, and we're gonna do your butterfly. So you let the feet touch each other, and the knees fall out to the side. Get comfortable first. I personally like rocking myself side to side. I personally like letting my feet or my knees flap up and down, just so that you get more at ease in this space. And again, let's do this in progressions. Inhale to lengthen the spine, and then exhale 1 inch forwards, you walk. Take another big breath in to create space, and then exhale 1 inch forwards once again. And from there, you make a decision. How does my body feel? Do I want more or do I want less? And whatever the answer is for you personally, you let your body guide you as to where you'd like to take this position. Reminding yourselves that taking care of yourself, at the end of the day, listen to what you need. For your last breath here, maybe let yourselves relax just a little bit more. Inhale and exhale. Slowly roll your torso all the way upright. And once you reach the top, go ahead and guide your knees together, closing off the gap between your thighs. Hug the knees with your left arm, and you're going to place your right hand down onto the floor behind you. Sit up nice and tall and just look over your back shoulder. Some of you will want to stay here. Some of you will want to hook those elbows against your knees and push the legs against your arms and against your arms so that you can rotate yourselves just a little bit more into that pose. Inhale. Exhale, switch sides. Hug the knees with your right arm. Left hand down onto the floor behind you. Look over your back shoulder. And again, if it makes sense, you can hook your elbow against your knee. Push the arm and the leg against each other and see if you can go further with the rotation of your spine. One last breath. Inhale. And exhale. Slowly unwind from the pose and release the arms. I'm gonna meet you once again in your tabletop. So when you're ready, swivel your legs back, line up your hands, line up your knees. And we're gonna set up for a puppy dog pose. So I want you to take time to let your hips and your knees create one straight line. And you begin to walk your hands forwards, letting your chest and your forehead melt down to the ground, creating that nice curvature with your back body. Now, if this feels good already, you can stay here. If you want to add a little bit more for your neck, you can let your chin reach forwards and you land your chin down onto the floor, allowing yourself to create that nice exposure for your neck. See if you can melt your chest, your armpits, just a little bit more to the ground. Nice. Inhale. And exhale. Now listen carefully. You're going to walk your hands a few inches back so that you can begin to slither yourselves forwards, releasing yourselves down onto your belly and moving your legs back towards the end of your mat. Once you connect to the floor, have your hands alongside your chest, point your toes back, and we're going to take a series of progressions of your cobra. So on an in-breath, just lift your chest a few inches off the floor. Exhale, make your way back down to the ground. We go again, please. Inhale, lift your chest and a portion of your ribs a little bit higher now. Exhale, back down to the mat. 3 more times. Inhale, chest and your ribs away from the floor. Exhale, come back down to the ground. Inhale, almost at the top. And then exhale, back down to the floor. On this last one, I want you to choose. So inhale into either your baby cobra, your mid cobra, or your high cobra, lifting yourselves up to a degree that feels good for your spine. And once you reach the top, see if you can tilt your chin up and lean back just a little bit more. Inhale here. Exhale, slowly, slowly, slowly lower yourselves back down to the ground. Once you connect to the mat, please flip over. So go ahead and roll over, lying down on your back. Flip over and lie down on the floor. Once you're lying down, hug your knees to your chest and give yourselves a couple of gentle rocks, side to side, massage the spine, massage the back. Now keep your right knee with you. Lower your left leg straight down to the floor. And we're gonna go for a spinal twist. So lower that knee down towards your left. Let it cross over your body. Good. And then you open your right arm out to the side. And you look over your right shoulder. So you let your shoulders and your knees feel heavy in this pose. Feel free to close your eyes so that you can let your body reap just a little bit more the benefits of this yoga for back pains for today. Inhale. Exhale slowly. Come back to the center. And let's switch legs. So left knee to your chest, right leg straight down to the ground. And you guide that knee down to your right. You open your left arm out to the side and you look over your left shoulder. Again, let yourselves feel heavy in the pose. Let the shoulders melt down. Let the knees be heavy with each breath that you take. Inhale. Exhale slowly. Come back to the center. Hug both knees once again to your chest. And give yourselves a couple of gentle rocks side to side once again. Keep your knees bent. Keep your knees bent. Just land your feet down to the floor. And you create a diamond shape with your legs. Let the bottoms of your feet touch. Let your knees fall out to the side. Feel free to make adjustments so that you can get more comfortable with your back body. Maybe make the diamond shape bigger if you're feeling it a lot on your hips. Maybe making it narrower if you want to amplify that space on your pelvis. You can have your arms by your sides, on top of your bellies, or reaching over your head, and see how that feels for your shoulders and your neck. And as we take this last pose before we take some rest, I invite you to notice how your back feels. Recognize the difference from the moment that we started and now that we're about to come to a close. Maybe you feel more spacious. Maybe you feel more relaxed. Take a moment to embrace these changes that you are experiencing. One more breath. Inhale. And exhale. Bring your arms by your sides if you're not yet there. And then slowly guide your legs together. And begin to release yourselves into your Shavasana, lowering your arms and your legs down to the floor, opening them out as wide as you want, as wide as you need. Feel free to take other adjustments that will help you relax into your Shavasana. And when you're ready, give yourselves full permission to surrender into this pause. Start to deepen your breaths. Take a long, deep breath in. And a long, deep breath out. Once you feel like you're ready to move, wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, roll your wrists, roll your ankles, and gently move your head side to side. Morning stretch. Reach your arms over your head, zippering your thighs together like you're waking up on a beautiful morning. Take a big breath in. Exhale into a fetal pose. Bend your knees to your chest. Roll over to your right side body. Lie down completely on your right side. And from there, at your own pace, at your own time, press yourselves up to a seated position facing the front mirrors. And I invite you to have your eyes closed with your hands on top of your knees. Similarly to how we started our practice, we take a moment to let ourselves settle in. We take a moment to appreciate what we were able to create with our bodies. We take a moment to find gratitude for this opportunity to take care of ourselves. We take a moment to just breathe. We'll begin to gather your prayer hands in front of your chest. And with gratitude for everything that we have gained, we bow down. Please enjoy the rest of your night. Namaste.